I just ran up and down them steps about 8 freaking times. I hope you guys are doing well. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Oh, all right, we're back. We're here. How are y'all doing? Wee. When I get up on ya, you can hear the angels calling us. Oh, I'm out of shape. What they say? Tell the Sarge, you could tell him you could finish your shift. Cause it's on tonight. Breakfast in bed, cause the breakfast in, or whatever he be saying. I'm in a good mood, considering. I hope you guys are doing okay. Yeah, I'm a little late. I had to I cooked dinner way late, which I shouldn't have. I really need to do something about this stain on this freaking hoodie, making me look just raggedy. You know how it is. I'm just preparing for this weekend. Hey girl, how you doing? But yeah. I always be thinking I'm gonna be on time and don't. What's it? Black people time? What's it? I forget what it's called. Hey Granny, how are you? I can't remember what it's called when, you know, we're a little late. I'm okay. Just a little tired, you know, a little out of shape, but it's okay. I'm gonna get there. Yes, colored people time. That's what it is. Man, I completely forgot how to go live for a second because I realized I haven't been live in like 2 months. Ugh. Hey, Ariana girl. I'm all right. How are you? My lips be feeling a little chapped. I am. Look at that. See, I washed this shirt and this stain is still there. Just, I need to, I forget what it's called. A stain treatment. That's what I need to do. And soak it or something. But yeah, I made some salmon croquettes earlier and some baked potatoes. But I had made my husband asparagus because I don't like asparagus. I don't know. It's like a texture thing because it doesn't taste bad. It's just, I don't like the texture. And then I made me green beans because I like green beans. He don't like green beans. He like asparagus. I don't like asparagus. So it just works out. Hey, Mark, how are you? But yeah, because I'm not going to lie. I haven't had salmon croquettes in a minute, and they were pretty good, though, because I used Slap Your Mama seasoning, and then I used some garlic powder, and it was pretty good. And I know people be getting the canned kind with the bones in it, but I don't like that kind because when you see the bones in it, I don't even want to touch it. I really don't. It don't interest me at that point. I really don't want to mess with it. That's why I get the kind in the like the little cans that are the size of the tuna, and those don't have bones in it, so those are the ones that I get, and they are so freaking good. I'm pretty good. I'm glad you're doing well. But yeah, y'all, I almost did karaoke tonight. I almost did, but then I was like, I'll probably do that either Thursday or Friday where I do karaoke. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, it's gonna sound trash. Just a heads up, it's gonna sound like a dying cat. So if you feel some type of way about the singing, I am quite sorry about it ahead of it in advance. Oh, I can't talk. But anyways, but how are y'all doing? I think I asked y'all that already. But I hope you guys are doing okay. I do have 11 topics I'm going to talk about today in relation to dating. So it's topics that I found on Reddit because if you guys don't know, if you're new here, occasionally I do react to Reddit dating topics because I like being in people's business. And also, I like giving my unsolicited advice even though people didn't ask me. Because I feel like even though my dating career was raggedy from a glance, I'm doing pretty well now. You know what I mean? Married and stuff. Because before the ghetto, I did not have successful relationships at freaking all. Made horrible choices when it came to dating people. And, you know, that could be a multiple of videos if we're being completely honest. I think I'm gonna put my glasses on because for some reason, I don't know, like when I go a period without wearing my glasses on camera, it just seems so weird to not have them on. But yeah, the singing can't be that bad. Now, Mark, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's quite goatish, and I don't mean the goat. I mean as in bad, goat like off tone, not it. You know what I mean? Hey, Grammy, how are you? Very raggedy. I'm not even gonna hold you. Truly not. Hi, D1 Monday. I think. How are you? But yeah, y'all. Man, life been life, and I must say. Listen, girl, I'm not even gonna lie to you and act like I'm Beyonce. We're not gonna disrespect her like that. Oh, Diamond. Hi, Diamond. How are you? Oh, I understand. But okay, so let's start off with the topics, y'all. So the first topic is I want to like him, but he's worn the same hoodie all 5 dates so far. I'm so unserious because I thought this junk was so funny to me. But it says, as the caption says, I started dating a guy. He's really sweet, but I can't shake off the fact that he's worn the same hoodie all 5 dates. I don't know how to bring this up without making him feel bad, but a little effort on his part would be nice. Also, I want to mention the same hoodie was worn in all of his Hinge pics. He definitely has money too. He works a decent job and his family seems well off. So tell me, what would y'all do if y'all were dating somebody and they wore the same outfit every single time y'all went on a date? How would that make you feel? What would your thoughts be? I have thoughts, but I'll let y'all chime in the comments. Because when I saw this, I was like, bro, but you wearing the same outfit, like the same hoodie in all your pictures. You wearing, it's giving Arthur. Because like on cartoons, when they wear the same fit every single episode, what's going on with that? Not grimy classes starting. Let me make sure that I have my what is it called? My thing so that I can see all the messages because sometimes it will not show me everything. Okay, I'm questioning Hinge. Maybe that's his favorite hoodie. Okay, but he got on everything the same. You can't even see what's underneath. You can't see if he switched out a shirt or anything. Yeah, I gotta tell them about themselves. So what are you gonna say, Mark? You a little boring because you wearing the same fit every time I see you. Check it out. Probably gonna ask, do he got other clothes? Like, switch it up. I'm questioning, did he even wash it? See, if it was me, I'd lean in like smell of it. Like, just to make sure. Oh, I'm pretty blunt. I would just tell him, okay, draws to ew, not the draws. I'ma just think they stanky. Hello, Elia, I think, or is it Elia Castillo? How are you? So if it was me, I don't know, because if I know that they have a regular paying job, I also think it just depends where we went to. Like, if we went to casual places and then I looked at them and noticed, okay, they're wearing the same hoodie. I'm not gonna lie, I would try to see some type of way if they changed the shirt underneath, like if it was like a different color shirt peeking through, because I'm like, okay, this could just be their favorite hoodie, like the Rose Rundown said. But at the same time, if it's washed, I probably, I don't know. If it's washed, I probably wouldn't trip too much about it. She hasn't slept with Heidi. I don't know. Like, I would just kind of be looking at the situation, and I would assume they don't like change a little bit. She hasn't slept with him yet. No, she hasn't. She hasn't slept with him yet. They've been on 5 dates, and yeah, she just sees him wearing the same exact hoodie every single date. Maybe they have some type of attachment to the jacket. They could. What if you go in somewhere upscale and they run the hoodie? Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Cause that, like, I would literally, for example, let's say y'all have been on a whole bunch of casual dates, and then the guy was like, oh, okay, let's go out to this fancy smancy restaurant, right? So I'm thinking, if we go into this fancy smancy restaurant, you'll be wearing fancy smancy freaking clothes. So I would be looking at him when we get there, and if he got that hoodie on, dead ass, leave it. Leave it. Because why would you wear that? Why? Listen, you can have attachment to it, but you ain't gonna have attachment to me. That would be the last straw, because I would be like, you have no decorum. You don't know. You not reading the room. You not flowing with the vibes the way we supposed to be flowing with the vibes. Why do you have that hoodie on and we in this fancy ass restaurant? What is happening here? What are we really doing? Like, that would actually rub me the wrong way. Most definitely. And I don't know. I try not, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I am a judgy person. I am a judgy person, but I would not want to be judgy about the situation. I would try to be understanding. However, if you come in and seeing me always looking like Arthur, where you dressed up in the same hoodie every single time, no. No. That would upset me. But yeah, I don't know. Would y'all continue dating somebody who wore the same outfit every time they saw you? Cause a part of me would feel like it's some sort of simulation, like they just messing with me. And that would, I don't know, it's because I feel like some guys would actually test you like that just to see if, I guess, they could might think that you're being materialistic if you're looking at their clothes, but at the same time, it's like, it's one thing to wear the same hoodie and it's like a zip hoodie and I can see that you changed your shirt, or, you know, it doesn't look exactly the same. But if we go into a nice restaurant and you're wearing a hoodie, you didn't change your pants or the clothes. I don't know. No, it's giving gross. Or maybe they're autistic, like that's what they're comfortable, or they're like change. Could be. Could be. Because, I've met some people in the past. I didn't date any, but I met some people in the past where they would wear like the same sweater, or I mean, even in this guy's case, the same hoodie. And I just assumed it was their favorite hoodie, but if you're wearing it like it's a uniform, I will have thoughts. Truly will have thoughts. Oh my gosh. I cannot stand when I start talking and for some reason my nose be feeling like hella clogged. But anyways, alright, next topic. Finally dating a kind and secure guy. Why do I feel bored by a healthy relationship? I won't say I have so many thoughts on this, but I've met a variety of women who thought like this, and I wanted to talk about it. So the person who wrote this is a 30-year-old female, and they say, I've been long distance dating this guy for the past 6-ish months. He's genuine, kind-hearted, and mentally stable with a fulfilling life. He makes me feel secure and safe. The problem? I have an itching feeling that I want to break things off with him simply because I'm starting to get bored. I like a sense of passion and excitement from him. And I know you're probably like, why are you reading it like this? This is how I envision the person reading it, writing it. I know this feeling of boredom is just coming from the fact that I was always used to being love bombed and manipulated for a couple bad relationships in the past, which I'm in therapy for. With past guys, the inconsistency, hot and cold nature kept me on my toes, which kept me in a cycle of chasing and winning their affection. So after finally meeting a guy who is an open communicator, empathetic, and consistent, I'm reading it as boredom and more so friendship vibes. Man. This is going to be a good one. Girl, she like that toxicity. And because don't piss me off. Man, like when I was reading this, when I saw this, I was like, babe, you're used to bad situations. She don't appreciate a good guy or self-sabotage. I agree. I think she's tired of the long distance things. Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like she is tired of it because it's like, sure, things may seem, perfect, but it's like y'all not actually in the same space. And then, you're used to being in toxic situations, and it's like, well, I mean, this guy may still be a horrible person. He's just long distance. And long distance too, like Mark said, it's hard. Long distance is hard. Like, I think I went through 2 or 3 long distance situations. Mind you, it was long distance where I was still in the same state with the person. But when I tell y'all, I did not like long distance at all. It would always piss me off. It would always make me feel lonely as F. Because I'm definitely a person who needs, like, all of the stuff. Like, I know when people talk about love languages, I'm all of the love languages. I need the gifts. I need the touch. I need the words. I need everything. But that's just me. You know what I mean? I feel her, to be honest. I can't be with somebody that's, like, too good. Grimy, do you want to unpack that? Do you want to talk about that? Maybe she needs to talk about it in therapy. I really hope that she is. I really do, because that sounds like a lot of overthinking when stuff could be very simple and she could probably be in a healthy relationship. Like, I need a little bit of toxicity. So, do you think that somebody being toxic a little bit, you think it makes them interesting? Now, Grimy, you want somebody that's toxic too? Just a little toxic, like a little is healthy. A little toxic is healthy? I forget, when I get on here, I have to be mindful of my face because I don't want to come off as judgy. Because let me finish this. So after finally meeting a guy who is an open communicator, empathetic, and consistent, I'm reading it as boredom and more so friendship vibes. There's really no mystery with him, and I feel we never had the intense honeymoon period that comes with getting to know someone new. I enjoy him, but also I feel like we lack a sense of passion and longing, especially for being long distance. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, y'all. My nose be a little clogged. You tripping. Jasmine. You good. It's like a little jealousy is alright. So, okay. So this is the thing, right? I feel like jealousy is, well, you should care about your person. You know what I mean? Like, you should care if your person is entertaining other people or other people are way too into them, in my opinion, because I mean, some people do be crossing the line and you do have to draw a line and draw boundaries, but I feel like when you start playing with people's emotions or doing stuff to make them feel jealous, that's when it's like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like, why would you try to make your person jealous? I don't know. That's when I think it's more of a manipulative type of thing. Maybe, but what if it gets too extreme? Like, it can steal the bread. Yeah, because, I've been in situations where I've been jealous, and then I've been in situations where I dated someone who was way too jealous and way too possessive, and I did not like those situations. Especially because, sometimes when it comes to jealousy, that's when some people are looking at you like, okay, I'm jealous of this person and they may not need to be jealous. Or it's a trust thing, or they're overprotective and too possessive, But yeah, she said I enjoy him, but also I feel like we lack a sense of passion and longing, especially for being long distance. I'm sorry, but I feel like it's really hard to have passion and longing for somebody if you're long distance, unless y'all had already been together physically for a period of time, and then maybe one of y'all had to move for work or something like that. Because I couldn't imagine being passionate about somebody that I have not actually seen in person and touched in person. I don't know. It just don't seem like something that would happen for me. Like, it really did not seem like something that I would be okay with. And I know some people do be hot and heavy with their person with long distance, but I could not imagine. Unless, again, for example, let's say if my husband had to move for work or something, I could see us doing that. But, we've built all this connection to each other, so that makes sense. But if you're just starting off dating somebody and you're like, oh, I want this passion with them. Girl, how? How do you want this passion and y'all long distance? Have you touched this man before? If not, how's that work for you? How's that working out? It's very hard for sure. Yeah, I told myself I could never do long distance unless, like, again, I was like, I had to. I'm here just working. I hope you're having a good day at work, girl. You can be okay with it after a while. I was, but it's hard when you want to hang out with them and can't. Yeah, that was something that I didn't like because I'm kind of needy. So I'm an introvert, but it's like when I let somebody in where I want to date them and stuff like that, it becomes okay, you're a part of my routine. And it could be very difficult when you're doing long distance with somebody and then you're not getting like physical touch or not getting like you can't really spend time with them in person. It's like, oh, we're always on the phone or we're always FaceTiming. I can only do some freaky face. I can only do some freaky FaceTimes for so long. Understandable. I don't even have a rebuttal for that. I really don't. I can understand. I can't do long distance, but what, girl? Like, money can be an issue in long distance. That's true. This is true. Man, I felt that, Mark. And there's no way I'm not cheating. Why don't you just break up? People like you. Man, I'm telling you, bro, like, whenever I think about people who get into relationships and then they still cheat, it's like, why don't you just break up? It would just be simple to just break up. Hey, Casey, how are you? Oh, great. She on live stream. I guess I'll stay for 1 minute. Appreciate you. Petty. And sometimes I don't want to be on the phone. I agree. Because, this was the thing that used to get me. I used to hate when I would first start talking to somebody, I would normally adapt to them or whatever they wanted to do, right? So if they text, I would text. If they were somebody who preferred to talk in person, I'm like, okay. But people who would be on the phone, initially I would be okay with it because it's like you're getting to know them, but then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, we're just holding the phone, no one's saying a darn thing, and I could be doing other stuff. We just literally holding the phone. What you doing? I'm doing the same thing I've been doing for the past hour. Don't you got some business? Like, don't you got some hobbies? And this is exactly why in one of my videos on my vlog channel, I was saying you need to date somebody who has hobbies. Like, it's very important to date somebody who has hobbies, okay? Because that would be the only thing I would be thinking. And that's why you got to break up, man. Exactly, giving me all the intel. I'm trying. I'm saying I wouldn't do the long distance thing in the first place because I know I didn't. Oh, okay. I understand. Hey, Mika girl. How you doing? That's good to know. I'm talking about the same thing. Like anything going on in that brain. Girl, I don't know. I couldn't imagine doing a long distance thing again. That would piss me off. I remember we had like my husband and I, we were in this situation where it was like contemplation, like what would we do if he had to move out of town? And I'm like, I'm packing my bags and going the hell with you. What do you mean? I mean, like, I would be okay, but if it was like a whole year, I would hate that. I would be flying in there like, I'm gonna need you to hold my hand. Okay, I'm gonna fly back. like I'm gonna need something because ugh. But yeah, the person said Okay, the person said, I don't want to end things with him just yet because he has all good qualities on paper, but I can't stop the feeling that I want to seek someone more exciting. Anyone been in this position before? How can I stop feeling the fleeing? How can I stop feeling like fleeing for such a petty reason? Get you an in-person boyfriend. The F? That's what I would do anyways. It would have to be a special case and actually seeing the person often, not just over the phone, because I've had that before. I've had that too, and I did not like that experience at all because the thing that got me about those situations was the person definitely could have made an effort to see me. But for whatever reason, I feel like they just did not want to, maybe, or I don't know. They could have been talking to somebody else for all I know. Excuse me, y'all. I'm still getting over a cold. You know what I mean? Oh, it's quite unbecoming of me. But anyways. All right, so now let's go to the next topic. It says, why don't girls usually approach first even when they have a crush on someone? So let me know in the comments down below. Well, yeah. Why do you guys think that a girl does not approach first when she has someone that she's interested in? Let me know in the comments what y'all think before I start reading this freaking story. Because I don't know, I've talked to many girls about this, why they don't approach men themselves. And then there's also the fact that, you know, people have thoughts. People have thoughts. I think because the men not interested in her, so she'll get played. I could see that. They're scared. Who sprayed my nose? All right. So it says, I've been thinking about this for a while and wanted to hear different perspectives. I've noticed that even when a girl seems to have a strong crush on someone, oh my gosh. Okay, I've noticed that even when a girl seems to have a strong crush on someone, she often doesn't approach or initiate anything. This isn't about everyone, of course, but it feels like a common pattern. Instead, feelings stay hidden. Subtle signals are sent, and sometimes nothing happens at all. What I find confusing is this. Wouldn't it be easier and healthier to at least break the ice? It doesn't have to be a big confession, just a conversation, a hello, or some kind of direct interaction. Worst case, you get clarity. Best case, something meaningful starts. From a guy's perspective, it often feels like we're expected to make the first move every time, even when the interest is mutual. I'm genuinely curious about the logic or reasons behind this social conditioning, fear of rejection, safety concerns. Obviously, somebody would have safety concerns. But anyways, past experiences or something else. I'm not trying to complain or blame anyone. I really want to understand the psychology and social dynamics behind it. Would love to hear honest thoughts. A no lie song. It's like lurking and lusting, a double L. I actually like that take because it does give lurking and lusting. Seriously is either a yes or no. That's how I go into things. Understandable. So I know, like, I've talked to a couple of different women about this over my lifetime because so many women have told me it's better for a man to pursue you, which I'm not gonna lie, I agree with that. A lot of times it is better for a man to pursue you. However, I'm gonna let y'all know a little something about me. Even though, because I feel like I've told y'all this before, even though I'm an introvert, I was always someone who, if I like somebody, I was very direct about it. Whether it was sending a note, do you like me? Yes or no? Or if it was, me secretly telling them, like, hey, I really like you, or I find you attractive. Or, if it was messaging somebody on Facebook or on the Twitter, I would normally be direct about it if I had a crush, because for me, if I had big feelings, oh, you're going to know. Because I don't know if y'all understand this, but it used to hurt me so bad to have all these big feelings and have a crush on somebody and not be able to, like, vocalize it. Because for me, I feel like it's better to be rejected than for me to live in silence with all these big feelings. Like, I'd rather my feelings get hurt so I can get over it quicker than for me to hold all these big feelings in my chest, because it just hurts so bad. Like, that's how I always been, even though, again, I'm an introvert and I always been kind of a shy person. Like, I don't know, I just felt like it was really counterproductive to not speak on how you felt, because, again, you miss the shots you don't take. And then it's just so overwhelming to feel all this stuff for somebody and then they not know it and you're pining over them. And then potentially they might start dating someone. And now you're still stuck with all these feelings. What do you do? However, I will say, whenever I like somebody and then I found out they had a girlfriend, a lot of times I would just stop liking them, because I'm like, well, I don't have a chance because they're already spoken for. So, but I feel like a lot of women. Oh, my lips chapped. That's what happens when you're dry. But but I feel like a lot of women are scared of rejection, obviously. They'll do subtle hints and they don't, I don't know, it's like it would just ruin their world if a man told them, oh, I'm not interested, or oh, I'm talking to somebody. Like, girl, it is not that deep to just tell somebody, hey, I like you, you're cute, you're attractive, I'm messing with you, you know what I mean? And just move forward. Like, if they not interested, women be feeling like it's like mind shattering, and I'm like, bro, it ain't that deep to just tell somebody, yeah, I like you, and if they reject you, it just is what it is. You move on. Like, some women will pine over guys for years. I mean, some guys that do the same thing, but I'm just like, bro, I'd rather move on. Sorry, y'all. I wish women had a crush on me. Casey, do you leave the house? Like, because I feel, or like, do you post pictures online and stuff like that? Because I feel like if you position yourself where people can see you more, potentially you could have people that have crushes on you. I went the wrong place with that one. Let me stop. A lot of guys go through the same thing. A guy would literally be friends with his crush for 10 years and not saying nothing to it. Bro, when I tell you, we about to come back to that, because I have a couple stories I could tell. A couple. Right? They should just tell someone, you nasty Jazz. No, that's you. But anyways, I have a Facebook and Instagram. Do you actively post on there? Like, do you post thirst traps? But okay, back to what Grimy was saying, right? Let me tell y'all a story, because I always have some type of story. So, I remember I was really cool with this one guy in high school, yeah? And we ended up remaining cool even after high school. Now, I dated a multiple guys throughout this time of us being cool. Nothing extensive where I dated somebody for a long period of time, but enough where it's like there were periods where I was single. So I remember specifically, I don't want to say it was my first heartbreak because it wasn't. Because I was crying a lot in high school. I was going through it, but very unserious. But I remember I had a specific situation happen where I was dating this guy and I found out he cheated on me and my world was just shook because this was like one of the first times I got cheated on where I was just like, how can a person do that? How can a person just cheat? I was going through it, okay? And you know, I'm in my feelings and I'm telling my guy friend. Now, mind you, I literally just had this situation happen to me. And I'm going through a breakup, basically. While I'm expressing to him, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to date anybody again. I don't like this. I don't like feeling like this. I can't believe they broke my trust. I'm saying all this, right? This guy who has been my friend for a long period of time, at least 6+ years, he proceeds to tell me, why don't you just be with me? I've loved you for this entire time of our friendship. Why don't you just be with me? I've been here listening to all of your issues that you've been going through. I've been the one that's always been here for you. We should just be together. Mind you, and this is one of the reasons why, because I've had a variety of male friends tell me that they liked me. However, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I feel like a lot of times people like me because I was nice to them. Not to discredit myself, but I do feel like a lot of guys, because, you know, sometimes they might not have any lady friends around them that are like sensitive to them or, you know, they're kind to them. Sometimes they feel a little vulnerable and they might think, oh, you know, I like this person because they're treating me so nicely. And it's like, okay, but I don't like you like that. I'm thinking we're just friends. So, you know, he drops this all on me. Mind you, I'm vulnerable, but I'm just looking at the situation like, why would you tell me this? Like, you know, because to me, as a friend, I'm thinking we're just going to be here for each other. We're just going to be present with each other. We're not trying to do anything other than that. And also, my thing was, when I first met this friend, this is how I operate when it comes to opposite sex relationships, okay? If I meet you and you tell me or treat me in a certain way, I'm going to put you in the category of I will never date. That's how I always been. Like, I'm not a person where I'm not a person where I think my husband is literally the only person that's really broke that mold. For real, but I'm like, I'm not a person where if I end up befriending a guy, I'll date them later. I've always been okay, you need to tell me if you're interested in me, and if you're not interested in me within this certain period of time, then I will never date you. Because my mind is just like, this is the category I'm putting you in. And, you know, when I first met that male friend, he made it seem like we would never date for real. He was like, I just want to be friends. So I'm like, cool, bet we will never date. So that's why it was very shocking to my surprise. Years later, he's like, I've always liked you. I'm like, brother, what? you've dated so many different women as well within me dating. Well, I was hoping, I was just dating them, because you were going to give me a chance. And I'm like, you never even tried prior to this. And now you're trying this while I'm going through a breakup. You're being a weirdo. You're being weird. On Facebook, I do, and not Instagram. And on Facebook, I do a lot of devotionals and chat. Well, I kind of wonder, like, do you have just family or friends on your Facebook and Instagram? You'll find a nice Christian girl, Casey. I hope you do. And he said, what? Oh my. This mofo tried to get you at your lowest. Literally did. Really did. Yes, I think you will, Casey. What about your church? Okay, girl. Yeah, like, you might be able to meet somebody at the church. Oh my gosh, I hate that. I used to like you behind people. Like, you could have said something. Yeah, and I've had a couple of male friends do that to me. And again, you miss the shot you don't take. Like I said, I've always been a person where when I meet you, you tell me, oh, I want to be friends with you, and you friend zone yourself. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't care what anybody says. A lot of guys be friend zoning themselves. And then they looked at me like I was crazy. And I was just like, bro, I didn't put you there. You told me that's where you wanted to be. You said you wanted to be friends thinking, oh, like, we're going to be friends and you can get the book on me and know certain things about me and then try to build a relationship that way. And I'm like, I mean, you can, but I'll never like you. I would never like you. I have family and friends and other people I chat with, and do have some family and friends on my Facebook and all. So, okay, let me ask you something. How long have you had your Facebook or Instagram? Maybe it's just me. Did y'all ever used to add random people onto y'all Facebook and Instagram and stuff? Because, man, I have so many people on my Facebook, and I couldn't tell you who, like, 2/3 of those people are. Casey, them church. Now, Grimy, not all of them. It depends on what type of church. It really does. You've had your Facebook and Instagram for forever. Do you add random people on there? Like in the past, have you? Because it's kind of hard to, what's the word? It's kind of hard to use thirst traps on, like, friends. It have to be people that are more like not exactly friends. It's true. A lot of those Catholic girls are nasty. Yeah, we trust you. We trust you. I'm gonna be so glad when I'm freaking over this freaking cold. I have ones, but I don't do that anymore because they can be hackers and all that. See, this is what you do. Okay. So don't judge me. But when I was looking for a man, because you guys, you can do the same thing. But when I was looking for a man, I used to go through some people's pages and I would add some of the people that I thought was cute. Like people I knew, I'd be like, oh, who is that? Add. Oh, who is this one? Add. He looks attractive. I definitely used to do that, and I did end up getting into relationships that way. Like I was literally fishing through people's Facebook pages that I knew, like, who is this person? Oh. Okay, I'm back. Damn, it's cold. It is cold. It really is. And I don't want to sound male centered, but it's my thing is if you want something, you go get it. Like literally, if you want to be in a relationship, you don't have to be thirsty, but at the same time, I just wanted a taste. I just wanted to get a man, and sometimes I did. Whether they were good man, debatable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you go fishing and a tire comes up. You know what I mean? Sometimes you hook and reel and you get a little toxic waste. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You live and you learn. I did that too, not gonna lie. I'm saying, bro, I'm just saying. That's how I be looking at people sometimes where they're like, oh, there's nobody out here. I'm like, I mean, just go through people Facebook page and see what's out there. Like, because they gotta know, especially if y'all got mutuals. Hello, there are options. Go get it. Not all church girls are free. That's what I said. You are, Josh. You know what? Speaking equal you. I thought of a song for y'all, for you and Grimy, y'all relationship. I'm gonna sing it to you real quick. Even though I'm not your man, you're not my girl. I'ma call you my shawty. Anyways, plus I want to be careful who I add. They can take their ladies and all that too. Wait, what? Plus I want to be careful who I add. They can take their ladies and all that too. What do you mean take? I used to love that song. Oh, I'm here still listening and multitasking. Thank you, girl. Pretty much. I'm just saying, bro. With the way y'all be. Plus, I want to be careful who I had. They can fake their ladies. Not. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, some ladies can fake stuff. They can. I don't know. Sorry, I had a typo. It was to say fake my take. I get you. I don't know, like dating always been hard. It has. But again, hopping on those Facebook mutuals and just clicking through. Let's see what options we got. Add as a friend. Add as a friend. Add as a friend. That was me. That was me. That was literally me looking. Because it's like you don't have to, but the option's there. You know what I mean? But yeah, why don't girls usually approach first even when they have a crush? Again, they're scary. They don't like rejection. Also, so we were talking, my husband and some of his friends, we were talking about this because they were talking about how sometimes, his friends was talking about how sometimes girls would just stare them down. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's them, trying to talk to you. But to me, that's creepy. Because I've seen some women literally just stare at men. I even give y'all an example with me. I remember I used to freaking hate when we would go dancing before my husband and I got together. It was this one place we used to go dancing at almost every weekend. And I could not stand when I would be dancing on the floor and it would always be some guys staring at me, like holding their drink just Like, just staring at me the whole time. And I absolutely hated that junk so bad. I really did, because it made me feel very uncomfortable. And my thing was always, if you see somebody that you potentially might be interested in, it's just so much easier just say hi. At the very least, say hi. How are you? I saw you. Well, I've had some guys come up to me where they were like, hi, how are you? You know, I see you having fun. Can I have your number? And I would tell them no, and then they would press me. I said no. But it's like, you know, if you gonna be a creep, that's when I fade in like Homer Simpson into the bush. And you won't see me again because you're being weird. And I feel like some women do that too to men, where they'll just stare at a man, and it's like, girl, you would have did better just coming over saying hi, saying you saw that they looked nice, you liked their outfit, or you liked their haircut, and kept it pushing. You know what I mean? Because I still say, men, because they don't get complimented that often, that is like the easiest way to get in. Truly the easiest way. Because it's like, oh, like she complimented my beard. She complimented my haircut, my fit. She said I looked attractive. They're going to ride that comment for probably a week or two. Very much so, like, say something. Yup. Man, when people be in creep mode, I really just be like, leave me the hell alone. Please leave me the hell alone. Because I really did not like those experiences at freaking all. Can't stand it. Anyways, next question. Is it unethical to talk to multiple people at once? What are y'all thoughts? Do y'all think it's unethical to talk to multiple people at one time? It says, I'm not talking about seeing or even dating multiple at once. I'm talking about just talking. Like, you know, when you're flirting with multiple people at once, but not one of those people became a first date yet. That's what I'm talking about. I want to go back to the dating pool in a few weeks. And I think talking to multiple people at once would raise my chances of getting a date. But at the same time, I feel confused. Is it a player thing to talk to multiple people even if you're not seeing any of them? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Let me see. Okay. I don't think anything is wrong with talking to multiple people when you're just talking, but I feel like when you get to dating them, I don't know, I feel like somebody should have your undivided attention, because I think I tried one time to date more than one person, and I couldn't keep up with information, and I also found it very hard for me to like either people. I don't know. To me, it's always hard to like talk to both, because it just seems like it would be very confusing. Like, I wouldn't allow myself to actually like one person. But that's just me. Like, I've seen other people do it, and I don't understand how they do it. I don't understand how they can talk to more than one person, because I would forget information or mix up information. Oh, you said you like seafood. No, I didn't. I'm allergic to seafood. I would completely freaking not even. Like, it's just too hard to talk to multiple people at once for me. Because, man, I don't want to be the reason why they're dead, because I was talking to multiple people, and now I confuse what we're allergic with. All that reminds me is, have y'all seen that episode of Living Single when Regine was talking to this one guy, and he was the weather newsman, and then she later ended up finding out that she was dating his father, and she continued to date both of them even though she found out who they both were to each other. And then she mixed up the fact that one of them liked seafood and one of them didn't, and then they ended up both finding out they were dating her. I'm like, how messy can you be? Dating both the father and the son. That's a Jerry Springer episode. But it's hard. It is. It has to be, because I just don't understand how people keep up with it. I really don't. All right. Next one says, girl gave me her number, but I can't remember what she looks like. Last night, this girl at a bar gave me her number, unprompted. She approached me after we had chatted a little and gave me a piece of paper that said, "You're cute," along with her name and number. And I've been debating on whether or not to text her. The problem is, I just don't remember what she looks like very well. I was drunk when it happened, so I don't really know if she's attractive or not. I wasn't really thinking, hey, that girl's pretty when I first saw her, but it's hard to say since we only talked briefly and I was fairly drunk as previously mentioned. I probably wouldn't want anything serious with her, mainly because of the age gap. I'm 22, she's 30. Woof. But it could still be fun. I don't want to risk leading her on, though, if I ended up not being attracted to her. What would you do in this situation? Liking two people at once is one thing, but dating them, that's hard. I would never. Now, I feel like dating two people is unethical. Like, it's one... Well, have I ever liked two people at once? I feel like I have, but I was leaning more towards not liking the other. Whoever I liked first, I was starting not to like them anymore. Like when I had crushes and stuff. Dating, I think I tried, like when I was in the talking stage, I think I tried dating one other person when I was younger. I was mixing up names. I was like, this is why people use pet names. This is why people call people bae and baby when they first start talking to them. Because I was butchering names. I'm not Joe, I'm Zach. Bro, man, embarrassing. When I really think about that situation, I was like, bro, ain't no way. I'm not about to go to hell for this. Not that I'm saying people would go to hell, but I'm just like, I could never just be trying to talk to multiple people. That's why I always be looking at people like, how do you cheat, bro? Because I could never. It's way too much effort. That's the first name I could think of, man. But oh no. I'm just saying. It just sounds like so much work. I mean, I've done it. The thing is, you don't put a label on it. It's a lot easier. See, I get what you're saying, but how do you not confuse people? Like, what you know about people? Because I know me. And I know how my feelings are. I'm not going to like them at all. Because that's what I noticed about myself. Is like, I have to be all in or I won't like you. So if I talk to two people at once, I'm not invested. I'm just like, oh, yes, Joe. Who did I say, Jack? Yes, Jack. I would love to go on a date with you. I'm not even interested in freaking Jack. And then now I got to see Joe the next day. So now I got to call him Jay. Both of them named J for nicknames because they got J names. I use pronouns more than I use names. Again, that's why people use boo, bae, beautiful. I think I talked to a couple of guys where I was like, I wonder if they actually know what my name is. Because all you call me is pet names. Do you actually know my name? Do you? Probably freaking not. But I don't know. Like, I could not imagine. And I've seen people do it, but I just don't understand how you split your attention between multiple people. That's all bad. It really is. Beyonce, say my name. Say my name, say my name. When no one is around you, say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game. Crazy. And people probably was going through that singing the song. Wow, we're telling all the secrets. That was before, not now, Jazz. He said, let me clean that up. Even though I'm not your man, you're not my girl, I'ma call you my shawty. Cause I can stand to see you treated bad. I beat his ass for my shawty. But anyways, I don't know, man. I don't know. I could not imagine. Could not freaking imagine going through stuff like that. I really could not. And you know, in this situation, okay, you didn't have to tell me, Jasmine. But yeah, if somebody gave me their number and I didn't remember what they look like, I would probably just be like, yeah, could you send me a photo so I could put it in my phone when I register your phone? That way you don't have to be weird. Like, what do you look like? Send me a pic. I used to hate when people would tell me to send me a picture. For what? You know what I look like? Well, in that case, no. But, like, if I met somebody in person that I knew of and they would tell me to send me a picture, send a picture of me, it's like, for what? You saw my face on the site. You know what I look like on the site. Why I need to send you another? Well, okay. I can understand them saying it if they need something in real time because they want to know if you a catfish. I can understand that. But if you're talking about something like physical, it's like, I'm just getting to know you. I'm not going to send you no friggin' picture like that. Maybe that case, other places they just want to pick. Right. And it's like, why? For why? I don't know. Some dudes be just a bit too pressed about the physical aspect, a bit too much. Like, you ain't do nothing. You don't know my favorite color. We haven't been on at least a date or two. I don't know. You know what I mean? Now, grimy. I'm just saying, guys be just so quick to want to show some skin or to see your skin. And it's like, babe, I'm going to need us to get to know each other much better. I never forget this one guy said I was boring. He said I was boring because I didn't want to talk about physical stuff. And I was just like, bro, I'm boring because I don't want to talk about physical stuff with somebody I don't know. Somebody I just literally met. I'm gonna need you to work that out. I'm gonna need you to figure that out. Clearly, I'm not your girl. Because you really expected somebody to just drop and show it and just show their goodies, and I have not even connected with you. I have not even gotten to know your interests. What do you do for work? And that's the other thing that used to bother me when guys didn't want to tell me what they did for work, or like, because it's like all it gives is you're broke. I'm sorry. All it gives is you have nothing going on when you're fighting me about telling me what you do for work. Like, I'm not about to show up on your job. I'm just asking, like, what are you doing? Like, if you go to school for something, I just want to know if you got some goals or if you making some sort of money. You know what I mean? Because one thing about me, I never wanted to be a person where I'm like, hey, I'm expecting you to pay for stuff. Because I would always come to a date with money so that I was paying for myself. You know, I never expected guys to pay for me. But for whatever reason, sometimes some guys will be looking like, oh, you know, it's such a secret to know what I do for a living, or it's such a secret. I don't know. Listen, all I'm saying is they thought that I wanted some money, and I'm like, I got my own money. And then if I said that, now it's like, well, what do you do? What you mean what I do? You didn't answer the question first. I'm not gonna be your sugar mama. You better get it together, tighten it up, get in your fucking boots. I mean, oh, sorry. Oh, I'm trying not to cuss. It's so freaking hard not to cuss on here, bro. I'm so used to cussing all the freaking time. Thank you. Yeah, that is weird. It is, but it's true. Some guys are like that. They really are. And it just be blowing. It just used to blow me, bro. Like, ooh, the F word. That's my favorite word, bro. So many variations. But obviously, I'm not about to be F-bombing on this freaking thing. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to cuss. I mean, I meant to cuss, but I didn't mean to cuss, if you know what I mean. Damn it. But anyways, it really used to get me though when guys would be thinking, "Oh, you're a beggar. You're trying to get something from me." You think I want something from you? I just met you. And maybe it's just me. You know what I mean? Because not all women want something. Not all women want a bag. Not all women want something from somebody. Sometimes we just want love. You know what I mean? But when some guys get a little defensive and they're like, you're not going to know what type of job I got, automatically we're thinking you're broke. Automatically we're thinking you don't have nothing going on, do you, David? Do you? You spend your time at home messing with your eggplant, don't you? Don't you? I'm so unserious, but I swear, it just really be getting me how some people be so arrogant and have nothing. Have nothing. I will never understand it. Like, that logic just, it behooves me. Quite literally. I just be so outdone, bro. Yes, David, because that's the first name I could think of. But I just be absolutely done when people used to come at me for some time. Like, I really used to just sit there quite befuddled. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I didn't even ask you. You're the one who brought it up. Oh. Dumbass. Just spanking the chicken all day homeless. Bro, looking for somewhere else to lay an egg is what it is. Now, wait a minute. I do that with a job. Oh, what? Wait, what did I say? I did not mean to offend. Work and jerk. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. as long as it's within healthy of a time frame, okay? You do what you want. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about the guys where, like, they act like they got a lot going on and they're doing nothing. That's all they're doing. Wanking off. You know what I'm saying? It just really used to get me. What's the healthy amount of times to Google it, man? I don't know. Because I'm not about to give no wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? It should be healthy, okay? It shouldn't be an overwhelming amount, is all I'm saying. You know, because you don't want to be an addict. You know what I mean? There are a lot of those. I'm going to choke on my bagel. I'm just saying. Excuse me. But I just think, you know, and I hate the way my mind wanders because unfortunately 3 to 6 times a week is fine. Listen, whatever gets you through the day, through the week. Oh my, closes his eyes for chat. I just don't know. We get back to these topics, Casey. I truly do apologize to you, truly. But yeah, I just think people just be focused on the wrong stuff. You know what I mean? When it comes to first getting to know somebody and first talking with somebody, people just be too focused on stuff. It's like, I'm sure you're single, okay? I understand it might have been a period of time where you didn't touch the butt, where you didn't get none, and I get that. But at the same time, why are you telling me, a stranger, somebody you just met? That was the thing that was for me when I was dating. Like, I would literally just be sitting there like, why are you telling me this information? Why are you asking me for skin pics? What's that about? You just met me. You just met me. You just saw me and clicked right or shuffled, whatever it is. You just saw me and you messaged me and you said, hey, let's talk. Let's see if there's something there. And then you proceeded to ask me for another picture. Don't let me send a selfie. Not that type of picture. Kiss my ass. Okay, because I didn't want that. Like, that's not the energy I was freaking on. Thou shalt not tempt me. Thou shalt never tempt it. No way. It's naughty nasty. Nasty is nasty. I used to do things in my 20s and it was bad. Hey, you live and you learn. And there's nothing wrong with a little living. Within reason. But, alas, you know what I mean? I just think, I don't know, I just never liked the concept of people, the way people would try to date and not even try to date, because I don't even think they were trying to date. I literally think they were just fishing to see if they could get butt. You know what I mean? Not the Bridgerton accent. Oh, yes. Let's see if we could do a couple accents for you guys. I don't know what the hell that was. That, what I be telling Jazz, like, she's such a perv. If I'm a perv, what are you? Don't start. Y'all something else. I'm playing love, not him trying to butter you up. But yeah, sure, honey. Every time. Shoddy. Every time. All right. Becoming friends after being dumped. This person who wrote this is a 28. Okay, Casey. This person is a 28-year-old male. It says, hey, I have matched with a woman who's 25 years old a few days before Christmas on a dating app. We hit it off immediately and both noticed how similar we are in a lot of things and that we even went to the same niche events in the past. And I told him we weren't going to do this on your live yesterday. Okay, next story. Now, girl, you know. There is no not doing of that between you two. None of that. It would never be stopped. But it says, we continued texting every day and met for the first time January 3rd. We had a great time and were already talking about the next dates and left on a very positive note. The daily chats also continued after the first date, but I've noticed a slight shift the next few days. Yesterday, she told me that she really likes me a lot, but that she also thinks it's not going to develop into a romantic direction. We talked about it, and she sounded very sorry, also for herself in some way, and kind of conflicted. She also asked me if I could imagine still being friends because she had a really, really great time with me and said that it's very rare for her to have such a deep connection to someone. I am obviously a tad bit sad because I saw a lot of potential for a relationship. It was also very difficult to understand it when she said that everything is perfect and that she really wants to like me, but something is still missing for her. I know that it is oftentimes a mistake to chat that much with a person you don't even know yet because it simulates a false sense of intimacy. Which is true. Like, that was one of the reasons why I never liked when I would be dating somebody and, you know, they would try to talk a lot because I did not want to make them a part of my routine if they didn't actually plan on sticking around for a long period of time. Because then my feelings would be hurt, and I really didn't like that. Oh, that might be a hard to make a switch. Probably. You know, I don't know, because to me, I'm like, does she actually like this guy and she's actually just trying to let him down nice? Or does she realize, yeah, I'm getting more friendly vibes from this guy, but I still want to keep him around? But it says, her wanting to stay friends helped me a lot with my fear of abandonment, though, because she didn't just leave. She just closed one door for this relationship. But now I am very unsure whether I should take some time away from her to let myself grieve this romantic potential and possibly open up for a friendship in a month or two. I'm a bit scared that a friendship would be kind of dishonest from my side because I think that I have hope that maybe romantic feelings could develop for her if we spend more time together. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it says breaking off contact completely and forever would be pretty sad because I feel like she's someone who I can connect with on a very deep and personal level. Right now, we are planning to meet again in a few days to speak about all this in person. What do you guys think about this situation? My freaking nose. Anyways, so within this situation, right? I'm gonna be honest because I've been on both sides of this. I've been on one side where I was talking to somebody and at first I was talking to them and then I realized we were incompatible. And then I've been on the other side where somebody told me we were incompatible and then, you know, they wanted to still remain friends. Now, nah, I couldn't do that. I agree because Okay, I'll tell you. Mm, I'll tell you one specific situation that was very similar. So I remember I had this one male friend, and we have been friends for years. Um, and I forgot what exactly happened, but he ended up telling me that he liked me, right? Now, the way he went about it, I was like, okay. You know, I pretty much told him, I'm like, you know what? I'm single. I guess let's see, I guess. So we talked for like a month or two. And in the second month, I realized I was like, yeah, we're not compatible. Now, I told him this. He got really upset that I said we weren't incompatible, but I explained the differences between us. Like, it was a lot of things. For one, I did not know he was a smoker. Like, even though I had been friends with him for a long time, I did not know he smoked cigarettes, which was a con for me, like a really big con for me. Um, then there was also like, you know how when you are friends with somebody, you don't really get to know certain parts of them until you date them. Or, if you're friends with people, you don't know what they're like when they're in their relationship sometimes. Well, I got to know certain parts of him that personally was not a good match for me. And I expressed these things to him that, it was just an incompatibility issue. Like, it's not necessarily that they were a bad person. It was just long term wise, I'm like, this not gonna be the move for either of us. Cause I'm like, it's certain things about me that you probably wouldn't be compatible with either. But of course, this is a form of rejection. So he didn't like my wanting to end the relationship or whatever. And I explained to him, like, okay, listen, if you need some time away, that's cool. I don't mind still being friends with you. But yeah, I don't think it would be ideal for us to continue talking because we are very incompatible. Like, even our communication styles are very incompatible. I'm like, there are too many things. You're a great person. I still like hanging with you and stuff, but I'm like, it's not gonna work. And again, I told him if he needed space, feel free to do so. This man blocked me immediately. I was like, whoa, threw the whole friendship away. That's crazy. So, I get it. That did hurt my feelings though, because I was like, dang, we've been friends for a really long time. And, again, if they would have just distanced themselves, because I said it was fine, I would have been like, okay, but I'm like, you blocked me on everything and basically said you was done with the friendship. And then the thing that really pissed me off later was they tried to like become friends with me again later. And I was just like, bro, you just threw a whole fit, like, and blocked me on everything. I'm like, nah, we can't be friends no more, bro, because you a little impulsive. And I noticed, like, that person was impulsive over time. I was like, yeah, I feel like you gonna present to me again that you want to talk to me again. So maybe it'd be for the best if we don't be cool anymore. And he understood, but I don't know. I just think if you end up talking to somebody with the intent of dating them and then it does not work out, where it's like you're looking at the situation like, okay, we are not going to be able to date each other. It's just easier Well, it's not easier, but it would be better to cut that person off than to keep them around, because you're still probably going to harbor these feelings. You're still probably going to be feeling very strongly where you're looking at this person like, okay, like he said, maybe there's hope there that they could potentially like me. And it's like, no, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you hurt yourself? Why would you put yourself in a position where you like this person, they rejected you, and you're still going to keep them around at this time knowing you like them? That's just like when I've had some situations where like I've been in a relationship with somebody and they said they still wanted to be friends with me and wanted to end things. The reality was they wanted to boink other people, okay? That, like, I very quickly realized they wanted to be intimate with other people and they wanted to keep me as a friend so that they could potentially double back later. And I ended up realizing it was very difficult for me to be friends with somebody if I was already like really dating them. So I would just distance myself after a period of time. Plus, it's like, you know, let's say I wanted to date somebody. Why would I keep my ex around? Why would I keep somebody that I dated before around in the event that I want to date somebody new? Because now, because it's happened to me multiple times where exes, you know, they would be like, oh, let's be friends. And then when they see somebody new come around, somebody new on my Facebook and Twitter, here they popped up. Oh, who's this? What do you mean, who's this? You got a girl. We haven't talked in forever. Why are you here? Now they want to be all in my business trying to cock block me. Because, you know, I guess they probably thought that I would be their end game, but they wanted to still do stuff out in the street. And that was when I learned it's better to cut off exes than to keep them around. And now I see, yeah, that's where, yeah, I had a variety of exes try to pull that, oh, we could still be friends. Insulting. You're telling me you still want to be freaking friends? F you, brother. F you. I don't want anything to do with you. Because why? How dare you? Like, I swear, that's the most insulting thing to me. Up here, you saying, oh, we're going to be together forever. And then a year later, oh, I want to blank other people. Let's be friends. And then hopefully we can come back to each other after I've been tainted. Excuse you. Kiss my ass. But a lot of guys used to do that junk. I used to hate when some of them would be like, oh, you're the girl that the guy ends up with in the end. What is that supposed to mean? This is not a movie. Like, why don't you want to be with me now? Because you're a whore. Like, I swear. Like, that's literally the energy people would be on, where they would try to hype me up but also break up with me at the same time. But it was really the fact that they weren't done plowing in the streets and the gardens. They weren't done using their hoes, because they were hoes. But you live and you learn. I did learn. That's why it was always so shocking to me when some of them would react the way that they would with me when I would like start dating other people, because they're like, what are you doing? It's like, what do you mean, what am I doing? You're dating other people? What, you thought I was just gonna sit here and wait for you? Not. I am not. I'm not about to sit here and wait. I wait on nobody but Jesus, okay? But anyways. Oh, this is so good. I swear. Ugh, I That's where pop is so freaking good, bro. And I be trying my hardest not to be drinking it back. Not to be taking it to the head, but it be so freaking good. Ugh. I can't stand this. Not the freaking cough. But I don't know. People really just it's just so interesting thinking about the way people do things when it comes to ending relationships and then wanting to be like friends. Because personally, I never liked it. I'm like, I don't want to be friends. I don't. Not right now. Or when they would come back around later and like some years later, like, oh, let's be friends. But reality, they really wanted to see what I was doing, what I had going on. The dreaded cough, it always gets worse at night. It really does, bro. I always have these coughing spells at night. And I'm like, please, just let me be. Truly let me be. All right. So the next one is it odd that I want a partnership where I only see them twice a week, text a little throughout the day, but mostly want alone time? I've been single all my life and always been big on having alone time. I don't know if I want to live with someone, or if we do, I definitely don't think I could do the whole family dynamic thing, but I would love a partner who I'm close with, but we are also living our own lives. Now, there was this post going around on social media some time back where different women were sharing how they wanted to get married, but not live with somebody. They wanted to get married and basically they live in a house and then the guy that they're talking to lives in a different house. And I thought that was such an interesting concept because to me, I'm like, okay, if you're married and you live in a house and then your person lives in a house, I hope you aren't expecting him to pay 2 mortgages or 2 sets of bills. But some of these women did. They expected their man to pay for 2 homes, yet they did not live in the same home. And I'm like, you're crazy. Insane. How do you think that's gonna work? It's not. Like, the only way that could work is, let's say y'all did long distance and your guy was making a ton of money. But I'm like, for the most part, that's not the norm. Also, maybe it's just me, but I'm like, for example, my husband and I, obviously we live in the same house, but we each have our own space. So like he has an office, I have an office, and then we have the basement, which is where I am right now. And, you know, it's like either one of us could use this space for whatever. But I could not imagine wanting to live in a separate house from my person. Because to me, that does not make sense. I don't understand that. I don't understand wanting to live separately and you're married. You know what I mean? Like, do you like that person? But I also feel that maybe some people just haven't found somebody that they actually liked, which is why they feel the way that they do about living with them. Because a lot of people can't fathom living with somebody of the opposite sex at all. Excuse me. But yeah, a lot of people can't fathom living with somebody of the opposite sex. And I get it, you know, because, like, how do I say this? I feel like this could be a video, to be honest. But I think that So my husband isn't the first. Thank you. So my husband isn't the first guy I've lived with. I did live with a different ex at one point in time for a short period of time. However, I will say I specifically live with that ex because I went through like a surgery and I needed him to do something specific for me because he had the space to do it. However, when I at my mom's house, we didn't have the space to do what I needed to have done. And I think that a lot of people think that, you know, all situations are the same when it comes to living with somebody of the opposite sex. You know, they think that it will always be the same. Like, if you have one negative experience, that means you potentially might have another negative experience. And that's not true. Not every experience is the same. But, and I will say, because I feel like this is a topic that a lot of people disagree on, but I do feel like people should live together before marriage. I really do. Because you might find out that the person you're dating is completely incompatible with you. I've seen that happen to so many different people that have gotten married and then they did not live together before they got married. And those people ended up being miserable. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. And it was all because, again, I understand religious beliefs. Okay, I have my own. But I would never recommend somebody to get married and not live with that person before you get married. Because that experience may not be the best for multiple reasons. For example, you may get married to somebody and then y'all never lived together and then y'all finally move in with each other. You may realize y'all are physically incompatible, which is another reason why I feel like you need to test the product out before you purchase it when it comes to getting married. Like, I really think, you know, I'm not gonna say you need to do it, but you should do it. I agree. For real, I've learned my lesson. Me too. For the longest, I wanted to wait before marriage, for instance. Now I've kind of thrown that out the window. Listen, okay, so this is my thing. I feel like physical incompatibility is definitely a thing, and a lot of people do not talk about it. A lot of people do not discuss this at all. But I do feel like, but you should, but maybe not. From what I've seen with other people that either were celibate, did not do anything with their partner, and then got married, or people who were virgins and then didn't do anything and got married. It does not happen the same way, obviously, across the board, but I feel like you should test the product because you might not be happy with your purchase. You may not be content with what you receive. That's the same body part forever. Exactly. Sure is, and things don't stay in place. It's just going, exactly. That too. But my thing is, you could like somebody, think the whole world of them. But if you have not seen or tested the product, you may not know if you're going to like it. Or that it can fit. Or it fits and there's no expansion. If you know what I mean. I'm just saying, if you should do whatever you're comfortable with. However, I do feel that people should be honest. And look at the product. Test the product. Do you like the product? Because this could be a deal breaker. Like, when I tell you it was quite, let's Google. Actually, let's Google it. Let's Google it. No, that's not what I wanted. That's absolutely not what I wanted. Statistics of women. Oh, that number has increased. Okay, it's. Okay, yes, no expansion. The little giggle. It gotta look good to me. I mean, the person I said that wrong. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it said in 2022, the orgasm gap. Okay, let's talk about it. It says 61% of men to completion. However, only 30% of women to completion. A lot of women are settling. Absolutely the F not. You know, when I first, so I read, it was like a completely different statistic, right? That I had saw like years back. And I was very saddened for those women because I was just like, wow. However, not a lot of, but I feel like a lot of women don't be exploring either. Like, you need to know yourself. That's very important. But I just think you should test the waters when it comes to the person you're gonna spend your life with. Because you know how badly it would suck to have invested all this time, emotion in somebody, and then it's trash. Oh, my lip is chapped in a motherfucker. Anyways, you know, it would just be really quite disappointing to be talking to somebody and you don't even know what you're working with. Shake it fast. Watch yourself. Shake it fast. Show me what you're working with. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm just saying, it's just good to know. Or they be wore out and shriveled. I could not imagine. That would absolutely send me to have spent years investing in somebody. We're getting married. And then my wedding night comes up. And then open the package. What's inside? Limp noodle. I could never. I would be like, what type of trick is this, Lord? What did I do wrong? Oh my gosh. So, okay. Foreplay does go a long way. It really does. But at the same time, is it to completion? Okay, that's what's important. That's what's important. Or talking. Done sent me over the table and it be looking like a sugar raisin. Ooh, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Like, man. That would just be, I would be overdone, but not done at all. Because you did all that yapping, all of it, hyping yourself up, and it's nothing. There's nothing. It gives nothing. Limp, shriveled, under the table. I would be so pissed. So pissed. Not a raisin. What's the smallest you saw? In the corn or reality? A little eraser. I've seen that in corn. In the corn nubs. That's why it's always good to show proof before. This is true, but some people don't know what they're doing with it either, which is why I also say you should test it out, because some people don't know how to use what they were given. There are also some people that are selfish with it and selfish with their endeavors, which is also why I say you must attempt and try it out. Now, if you just only using it to procure you an heir, like if you only just doing that so you can have your legacy continue through said loins, you know what I mean, then maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. But if you're looking for some pleasurable content within the life, within the value of the said marriage, probably be best to try it out. That's all I'm saying. In corn, I saw one that looked like a knuckle. Ew. Yuck. Like, absolutely not. I'm a giver. I'm gonna start blushing if you don't stop. Shawty. Oh, No, like really small. Ew. I could never. Could never. Because I would definitely send me where it's just like you hyped all yourself up. And you know, I will say some people who talk a lot, that's like a telltale sign sometimes, or it's like it's not a lot there, is there? It's hard to subscribe. It's hard to describe what you think of Hulu shutting down. I mean, to me, it's not surprising because I will say I've had a couple of Hulu shows, like a couple of series on Hulu that I really liked, and then they would cancel them. And to me, it was always really crazy because Hulu was never good about marketing shows. Like, they could have a really good show out, but they don't push it, and then it gets canceled. You know, so I always wondered about their budget, like, because I know ABC, I think it was ABC owned Hulu and Disney at a point, but it was just like, okay, y'all probably not going to do too much with this app eventually. And so it wasn't really surprising to me when they shut it down. Well, that they're going to shut it down. I just hope that the Hulu shows that I do like on there remain on Hulu. Because there are a lot of shows that I actually enjoy that are on there. To be honest, I low-key should just like set up my laptop and record. And never mind. I don't want to get sued. But I might, yeah. Hello, ma'am. Hey, Rose. You related to Anne Hathaway? Tell Anne I said hi, girl. I love me some Anne Hathaway. I am so excited for the Devil Wears Prada 2, y'all. I cannot wait for that. I cannot freaking wait for that movie, bro. You're like, wait a minute, let me not say that, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, because you know how they are. But it's some shows that I would like to save. You know. Like, but yeah. Cause like I was so freaking pissed. I was so freaking pissed because it was this one show that I always used to watch on Hulu and they took it off, and I should have known this was about to be the beginning of the end. Should I date someone, ma'am? I mean, if you have someone that you would like to date, I would say go right ahead. Tell them you like them. Show them you're interested, because you never know what could happen. But don't do it by force. You know what I mean? Like if you want to date, go ahead and date. But never force anything. It should just happen naturally. But there is no one. Hey, get out the house. You know? Go to a festival. Go to a social event. That's how I met people. But I feel lonely sometimes. I can understand that. Being lonely is definitely I don't know. The feeling of being lonely is an overwhelming feeling. That's why I had to force myself to get out the house, for sure. And go to more social events where I could like talk to people. It was hard at first, but the more I did it, it became a bit easier. Like, go to a social event once every 2 months, you know? Oh, I know what you mean. Start as friends first with someone. I agree. Being lonely puts you in a situation you shouldn't be in. Man, when I tell you, I was in some situations a couple of times because I was feeling lonely. I have a couple of best friends, but men just disgust me somehow. I mean, if so, what do you mean they disgust you? Like, is it specific men, or do you feel like it's all men? Or do you feel like it's the way they do certain things or handle situations? Shoot, even on here, you can make friends. You may get lucky and find people in your state. I agree, because I've made some friends on here. The Rose Rundown is one of them. Hey, girl. But, like, I've made friends on here. And, you know, sometimes people will be cool. You know, if you end up creating videos or connected with different people. Sometimes people can be really cool after you get to know them for a period of time. Oh my gosh, I gotta blow my nose, y'all. So over this. The men I met today are no good. Where are you meeting them? Where are you meeting these men? But me future, let's see. Because I feel like some people will say, like, I feel like some people will say the men that they meet aren't ideal, and then they'll meet a lot of their men on dating apps. And dating apps are not a good place to meet people for the most part. Like, don't get me wrong, some people have met people on dating apps, but I feel like it's very rare to meet decent people on dating apps. In my opinion, you know. But yeah, you can always join like a Facebook group in your area, whether it's your county or your city. And I know, for example, I'm in some Facebook groups on my Facebook page, and sometimes people will share different events that are going on. Sometimes people even chat in those Facebook groups and create friendships and bonds and stuff like that. So that could be a different thing that you could do to socialize, potentially meet people. It does require effort, but it's possible that you could meet somebody that way. Yes, you are not wrong. Yeah, dating apps are not the best for meeting somebody if you actually want something long term, in my opinion. I don't know, like it just seems like, like I'm really trying to remember back in the day. Some dating apps were good, but as time has progressed, it's just a cesspool of just piss in it. like it's not the best. Not the best. Nope, I've tried to stay off of them since August. And I'm proud of you, girl. I am so proud of you because, man, I know it can be hard where you might want to see what's out there, but it's better to see what's out there in person. Truly, especially just by going to social events. Try speed dating. You could. I don't really know nothing about speed dating except for that episode of The Parkers that I watched. I have been tempted to go back. What is that, an app? Speed? No, so okay, speed dating is basically a form of dating where you go to a place and the women will sit in a seat like this. And what happens is you'll get like a couple of minutes to talk to somebody. So, for example, let's say you're sitting here and a guy will come up to the table, sit down. They'll get like a minute or two to chat with you, and then you'll still stay seated, and then another guy will come up and talk with you, and you'll interact with them. And then if you want, you can exchange numbers and potentially call whichever people you want to talk to. But I'm like, no, I know I'll be better off. Yes, you will, girl. Oh, yes, I tried that one time. Oh, you tried speed dating before? How was it? And Kim didn't want to be with that guy. But what's crazy is she ended up liking him later. The big guy, she ended up liking him later. No, I don't think that suits me. I like it with elegance rather than chunky. I understand. Understandable. Well, I still think going to social events local to you would probably be your best bet then. Um, Again, join a Facebook group in your city or your county. Go to events on Eventbrite in your city. Type in your city and then events happening this week or stuff like that, because that would be the best way to meet somebody, in my opinion. That's how I met people when I was trying to like date for real. And I ended up just meeting some cool people in general, but yeah. Oh no, I didn't. I would try speed dating though. I'm open to trying stuff, just gotta get used to driving more. Understandable. Completely understandable. Excuse me 1 minute, I gotta blow my nose. I really do not understand how I keep having to blow my nose so freaking much. But yeah. Like, I'm coming out with a video on my my vlog channel. I'm gonna post it sometime this week because I actually go into detail a little bit more about dating apps. Because I was talking to a couple of people recently, and I'm not gonna say it pissed me off, but it's really frustrating. Because I know it's frustrating for y'all, but it's really frustrating to me when you have people you care about and they may say, they may say, oh, I keep having horrible experiences with guys. I don't understand the problem. And you literally just be sitting there looking at them like it's the dating apps. What do you mean? Every single guy you've met has been from a dating app. And sometimes they'll basically question God about it. And that rubs me the wrong way, because I'm like, if anything, God is showing you a sign to not be on the dating apps. Like, if you constantly having bad experiences, why do you keep going to them? Like, you rather blame God because you're not meeting anybody, but then it's like, I'm pretty sure God is showing you that this ain't it. It's like he holding the red flag up in your face and you're literally ignoring it. I don't know. Like, it is just very frustrating watch. Like, again, I understand wanting to be in a relationship, but when you're not taking certain steps, I kind of just be looking like, well, it'd be one thing if the people that I was talking about, if they were like actually going places all the time or like putting themselves out there, but it's like, you don't leave the house at all. At all. Like, when I say at all, I mean at all. They order their groceries home. Like, I'm like, you not really putting yourself out there, and then you're acting like you're really trying. You're not. You're not. Again, it's just really frustrating to see somebody you care about want a relationship so badly, but then it's like they're not setting themselves up for availability, and they're not setting themselves up to like be able to meet people at all. I don't know nothing about no basketball, football. I don't know what that is. I am so sorry, bro. That really sucks that you lost money. I'm so sorry. Right, and some of them ain't it. They really not. Yeah, can't blame God for that. Blame yourself. Exactly. Hey, Blair, welcome. Sorry, finally here. Work day and trip. How was your day at work? I hope it went well. But yeah, it's just really frustrating. When you trying to be present for people and trying to be supportive of people when they talk about dating apps or like dating and meeting people, keep having bad experiences, and they're acting like, oh, I'm really putting myself out there. And I'm like, girl, where? When? The only thing you putting yourself out on is that dating app you shouldn't be on. Like, dating apps, heard good and bad, weird work day. I've heard mostly bad things about them lately. Maybe like 5 years ago it wasn't that bad, but now, no. Because I'm telling you, I know exactly what I would have did if I was still single. Literally, if I was still single and I wanted to find somebody to date, again, what did I say earlier? I said I would hop on Facebook, go through my mutuals, and add people. Like, that would be the first thing I would do. Then I would go to like events in my local area via Facebook, or I would go to local events that I saw on Google, especially if they were more free. And I put myself together, look cute. I probably wear like a natural hairstyle. not too much makeup. Like I probably, I don't know. I probably wouldn't wear too much makeup. Like I had the concealer and like have my put a little mascara on, a little lip gloss. Just make sure my hair was like somewhat neat. And I wouldn't wear no graphic tees because I feel like when I wear graphic tees, going to certain places, I think people couldn't tell how old I was. But I'm listening. Hey Casey, welcome back. Boys on dating apps are not real. Girl, when I tell you, they really be playing people and doing a bit too much. Oh, some of them had some good dates with some and just don't end in a relationship. Yeah, sometimes you can see, sometimes people are cool, but I feel like a lot of people get on the dating apps for something that's more casual, in my opinion. True, don't too much makeup. Seen one girl caked. Blurred. Yeah, again, a lot of us need to learn blending. I think that's what it is. When it comes to makeup, I think it's just a lot of us don't know how to do it too much, and we have to work on that because I know I need to work on doing my makeup as well. But yeah, I would wear a natural hairstyle, wear a little lip gloss, a little mascara, and go to like a social event. Probably, let's see, what type of event would I go to? So festivals are good just for like getting yourself comfortable with talking to people because you could talk to people who run the booths. And then I would probably go to day parties too because they have grown people day parties here in Michigan where you can go dancing and stuff and have a good time. And you could potentially make friends. So I would probably do something like that, or I would go to like a actual social networking event. Caked up on a Saturday night. I need to stop. People have a lot of makeup, and it's like some people don't really even be needing that much. They really don't. Not looking like Pennywise. That's crazy. Grimy, yes, girl did look like a clown. All that makeup caked on her face. She pretty dang overdid it. Yeah, like, I think some girls, they don't realize less is more. Now, if they like that look, that's one thing. You know what I mean? But it can be scary. It can be scary. But I know, speaking Jazz, see new anime con coming this year. Let me Google, because I did not hear about that. Anime con Suburban. Ooh, this is in August. Let me see how much the tickets are, because dang it. They do not say how much the tickets are, because that's always the deterrent for me if I'm actually going to go somewhere. I'm debating if I'm going to go to a con this year. If I do, I'm a cosplay, but I do not know. If I do go, because I'm debating, I might go to YumaCon this year, but I'm going to buy my ticket early if I do go. Thank you for putting me on, because, yeah, I would not have heard about this I would not have heard about this. It said tickets go on sale early. So I guess we'll see in the next two months. Hope tickets are decent, agreed. Yeah, because for example, one of the reasons why I haven't gone to UMaCon is because those tickets are like $60, $70. I'm not about to pay $60, $70. Because mind you, I've been to UMaCon, I think twice, 2 or 3 times. The first time, I think it was like $30 at that time. The second time, I actually stayed in the hotel and paid for the whole weekend. And that was a lot of fun. Like, I had a great experience. I went to some of the panels, and then I went to the rave, and the rave was a lot of fun. But then I think after, I feel like after the pandemic happened, that's when like the prices started going up, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. Even girls feel weird after looking their faces. Yeah, I'm sure some people be looking at themselves in the mirror like, who is this? Who am I? I mean, shoot, even I do that sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, who is this? Who is this? Maybe I'll be disassociated. I don't know what that is. Because it's like, maybe it's just me. But when I wake up in the morning, I don't really be paying attention to my face. Like, I'll brush my teeth, wash my face, but I really don't be looking at my face for real unless I'm about to go outside. Like, unless I'm leaving the house. So, sometimes I'll look at myself and I'm just like, why do I look different today? Oh, you've been to UMaCon 5 or 6 times. That's a lot of times. Yeah, go to panels usually. I like some of the panels. Like, I like the Disney karaoke panel that they have where you can see Disney karaoke. But most of the panels do not be that great. Like, I think they had a YouTube panel one year that I went to, and it was like basic YouTube knowledge. They didn't really go into detail about YouTube tips, or it was like simple stuff that anybody would know. I'm thinking they're going to give us something extensive, but it really wasn't. But yeah. But been cool anime or video game panels. Some were decent. Yeah, I think I went to 2 anime panels before. I think one of them was like a card captor panel, and that one was actually okay. And then I think I went to another one for something my husband liked, and it was okay because I kind of knew what it was, but I can't remember. I really can't remember. But yeah. But what are y'all plans for this year? Like, is there anything new that y'all want to do this year? Any new place y'all want to go to this year? Or is there anything that y'all have in mind as like a goal place that you want to do, like in your area? Because I want to try to go camping again this year. I'll probably vlog some of it. I want to go to the carnival. Ooh, that sounds fun. I never go, and I think I might go this year. Carnivals are a great time. Like, especially because you could get, what's it, the elephant ears, what's it, the funnel cake, the corn dogs. I'm thinking about food. But and some of the rides are cool. It's just some of those toss up carnivals you gotta be careful because they really be tossing up some of these little rides, and they kind of be unsafe to me. To me, they seem like they are unsafe. But and then they have the petting zoo and stuff like that. I like the games at the carnivals normally. Of course. I hope you end up going to see Bruno Mars. Get these watch hours up and hopefully networking, trying new eateries as well. Same for the watch hours. I definitely want to try some new restaurants. Recently I tried pho noodles, and it was really good. We went to one of the I think it's called Pho Lucky. We went to one of them. Highly recommend it, Ill Blurred, if you have one near you. But we went to Pho Lucky, and the soup was really, really good. But I'm pretty sure I had an allergic reaction to something in it. I'm pretty sure because I had hives the next day, and then I had a rash. So, and helping y'all get y'all watch hours. That's my plan too. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you greatly. I will be going live on here 3 times a week currently. That is the plan, to go live on here 3 times a week. So just a heads up, y'all will be seeing my face way more on this channel. I do have 2 movie reactions I'm doing. I'm probably going to do an update really quickly for this channel because I am changing one thing specifically. Going to some new cons as well. Ooh, nice. Are you gonna vlog or like review the con that you end up going to? Also, whenever the bowling alley opens at the mall, I may go. Oh, that sounds like fun. Bowling is always a great time. Well, it's fun till you break a nail, cause that's what always happens to me with my thumb. I tried Holy Burger. It was decent. Let me Google Holy Burger. Holy Burger. Oh, that's in Lathrop Village. Oh, it's one in Warren too. Oh, they got 4.5. Thank you, Will Blair. We will be making a stop sometime soon, because I've never heard of this place before. They got DoorDash. Will they deliver to me though? Because shout out to Jasmine, I did get that DoorDash pass from Disney Plus. Oh yeah, they potentially will deliver to me. Love to see it. I will be trying that. Because the burgers actually look pretty freaking good. Thank you. Thank you. What are power of the specs you're wearing? I couldn't tell you. I really could not tell you. Could not tell you. They probably about to fall off the bone. I need to get some new glasses, to be honest. Right. I'm shocked they put in one in there. I went bowling once and I sucked. I always suck at bowling, but I always have a good time. I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I go bowling to listen to the music they be playing. Like, I really be in my own little world dancing. I'll throw the ball, but I'm dancing. Like, that's literally my vibe when I go bowling, is just to like have a fake club experience. And I'm literally the only person dance. Well, actually, no. Some of our friends will dance too, but I just be vibing out. You know, Foodie, you're welcome. Yes, because you be putting me on some places. Yeah, I'm so glad mine about to end. Your what's about to end. Chicken sliders slapped and the fries are good. Oh, they got chicken sliders? Might have to try those. The only sliders I've had were from Savvy Sliders recently. They were okay. They were decent. And they normally be having sales, so bowling not my thing. Will play. Bowling is cool, you know what I mean? It's all right, you know. I'm not like competitive myself. I just be vibing to the music personally. Yes, Dash Pass. I said other places found real talk. Savvy chicken sliders, okay. I haven't had the chicken sliders, but I had the burgers. They were decent. Don't get the onion rings. Do not get the onion rings. I feel like I told y'all before, but I remember buying onion rings from Savvy Sliders, and they only put 5 in that big box. Pissed me off. Completely pissed me off. Like, I will never buy onion rings from them again. And they weren't that great. Like, that's the thing that also upset me. They were not that good. Onion rings don't look good at all. Would not recommend. Would not. Because you will be disappointed. Truly. Huh. They got plant-based loaded fries. Plant-based chicken or beef. You know, I think I may try to get into finding like a plant-based alternative. Because so far, the only thing I would use like as a substitute is like mushrooms. Mom got Savvy onion rings, didn't like them. They were very flimsy, not really flavorful that much. Jeez. I cannot wait to be over this cold, bro. Cannot. I swear, when it gets later at night, it just, my symptoms. Rusty Bucket used good veggie burger. Real talk, so they took it off the menu. I can't stand when they take off stuff off of these menus. I feel like I've heard of Rusty Bucket before. I could be wrong. I really said I was going to try to be on here for 3 hours. I still got topics, though. I do still have topics. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't think y'all actually responded to this one. It said, "Is it odd that I want a partnership where I only see them twice a week, text a little throughout the day, but mostly want alone time?" It says, "I've been single all my life and always been big on having alone time. I don't know if I'd want to live with someone, or if we do, I definitely don't think I could do the whole family dynamic thing. But I would love a partner who I'm close with, but we also live our own lives." Now, again, I don't know if it's always interesting to me for some people when they talk about living with, like, getting married, but living in separate households. I don't know. I never understood that concept of wanting to live in separate households while you're also married and you want them to be faithful. Like, I don't understand it. It does not make sense to want to live in a separate household, but I feel like those people are just so used to being on their own. That's why they don't like that. But it's also, you know, there might be some people who would be interested in that type of lifestyle, but I do feel like it would be rare. Or the aspect that you would want somebody to pay for two households is crazy to me. But it's just a title at that point. It is. Oh, so it says, is it odd that I want a partnership where I only see them twice a week, text a little throughout the day, but mostly want alone time? I've been single all my life and always been big on having alone time. I don't know if I want to live with someone, or if we do, I definitely don't think I could do the whole family dynamic thing. But I would love a partner who I'm close with, but we also are living our own lives. Weird norm, guesswork for some people, real talk. Yes, it's odd. They should just stay single. That's what I think too. But I've actually met some people who think like this. Again, I think they're just scared to let somebody in their own space, is what it is. Like, I think they might not want to get used to somebody being in their own space, or they're afraid of letting somebody into their space. Like, okay. So I got a question for y'all, right? So have y'all ever seen the show I Love Lucy before? Do y'all remember when in a lot of those old shows they used to sleep in separate beds and have like a nightstand between them? And kind of like using a person away. Right. It is. Be person, have your own world, and build your world together. Yes, you know. Right. Because it's like, you can still be your own self and still have your own life, but also share your world with somebody else. I feel like people overthink things, or they think that they're going to change just by letting someone into their world. It's like, you can allow yourself to grow. You can allow yourself to not change. It's really up to you. You know, if, it's one thing if you date somebody controlling, then dump them. But it's another thing if you're, you know, because I know a lot of people think that they'll lose themselves when they get married. And it's like, I mean, to be fair, that's on you if you lose yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you can be your own person. You can do whatever you want to do. It's just you're doing it while being attached to that person, you know? I don't know. I think people feel like you gotta lose yourself in order to have a relationship, and it's like, you don't have to. You really don't. But yeah, so okay, with I Love Lucy, Lucy and her husband, mind you, this is a very old show, but I guess it was the norm for people to sleep in two separate beds. So I'm assuming they both had like full-size beds that they slept in separate beds together. How would y'all feel about sleeping in a separate bed from your significant other? Like, it really makes me wonder, were bigger beds not a thing at that time? Or was it just the norm for people to sleep in separate beds being married? Right? Lose yourself and that person, that is not the case, to be honest. Right. I don't know. I think people don't focus on the fact that they can be an individual while also dating. My coworker slept separate bed from husband. That's interesting. Now, did they sleep in a separate bed because they had different like mattress needs? Because I know that some people will do that because, you know, like one person likes a firmer bed or the other person likes a more softer bed. And that's how they're able to go to sleep comfortably. But then I also know, but this is like if you had money, they have what is it, those Tempur-Pedic beds where you can change like the firmness and the with the number. I know they have beds like that, but you would have to have the money to be able to get one of those. But it makes me wonder, like, would y'all want to sleep in the same bed as your person, or would you be okay with sleeping in a separate bed from them? Like, y'all sleeping in the same room, but you're sleeping in a separate bed from them. It wasn't mattress needs she mentioned because terrible sleeper. Oh, okay. Okay, so that makes sense because it's like, you know, her bed needs are different. She might be thrashing around and then she end up waking her husband up. So it's like it's just better for them to sleep in separate beds. Yes, want to sleep in the same bed. Yeah, because I don't know, you know, I remember there was this, it was this discourse on, I can't remember if it started on Twitter, if it started on Threads, where people were talking about how they wanted to have a whole separate bedroom from their husband. And when I say a whole separate bedroom, they wanted to have literally a dedicated bedroom where they sleep in it and don't sleep in the same room with their husband. And I thought that was so interesting to me because I'm like, I can understand the separate bed. I can. But I don't know, a separate bedroom to me is so wild for some reason. Because it gives roommate. Like, to me, it gives roommate. But I don't know. Different people have different opinions. This is true. And I know not everybody is the same. But it's just so interesting to read about it and hear people's thoughts about it. Because I'm like, I don't know. I could not imagine my husband telling me, hey, you get your bedroom, not office, you get a bedroom, you sleep in that bed, I sleep in this bed, we not sharing beds. I don't know, my feelings would be hurt. Like, my feelings would so be hurt because I would just be looking like, what are you talking about? What do you mean we're not sleeping in the same room? I should have a bed, a whole bedroom to myself, and you have a whole bed to yourself. Do you like me? Like, that is instantly where my mind goes. Do you even like me for real? Do you mess with me for real? Because why do I need my own bedroom? Like I'm a Stepford child. Like, what is that? That would absolutely hurt my feelings. Absolutely. Okay, we have 3 more topics. Okay, we're doing well because I said I wanted to be on here for 3 hours. I said I wanted to, but again, I'm so through with this being sick. Okay. It says, guy I've been on 5 dates with hasn't complimented my appearance yet. That's the title. Guy I've been on 5 dates with hasn't complimented my appearance yet. I've been on 5 dates with this guy. I feel confident that he's into me the same way I'm into him, but he never says, you look cute, you're pretty, etc. I do want to say I've never went out and said he was cute myself, but I've complimented how he looks in his outfits, and I've complimented cute features he has a few times. I'm kind of worried he isn't physically attracted to me. He flirts and we kiss and cuddle, but I'm getting worried. From what I've gathered from him, he seems somewhat reserved in a trying to be respectful way and not make me uncomfy. So maybe he's just not a huge romantic or he's shy. I don't even know. I'm trying not to be self-conscious because I know I look nice, but it'd be nice to be told that by someone I'm seeing that I'm decently into so far. I don't think it's a huge deal breaker right now. I guess I take it over being overly complimented and being told I'm pretty multiple times each day to the point where it watered down the meaning. Maybe bad sleeper, second thought, baby, another past the room. It could be a bad sleeper. I don't know. But in this case, so I don't know because, okay, so this is the thing. I don't really like getting physical compliments that much unless I've put in effort into my fit or into my makeup or hair. You know what I mean? I. Where you said he don't really like her. You probably right because normally I would think that men are more visual people. So I would assume that he would actually compliment something about her like, "Oh, you know, you look really nice today. You look beautiful." Something. I know me, I like compliments. Like especially if I put effort in, I want a compliment. Cause I always give a compliment to myself. Like I get compliments to everybody. People I know, people I don't know, friends, family, husband. I get compliments to everybody. And it's always nice when people compliment me, especially when I put in the effort. Cause I don't know, when I put in effort and then nobody give me a compliment, that would rub me the wrong way. Cause I'm like, dang, y'all see this effort and nobody say anything. That sounds so self-absorbed, but at the same time, it's good that he is not just into physically in a relationship. This is true. It is. However, I don't know. Personally, I don't know how I would handle that because I like affirmations. I like. Well, I would more so like if somebody complimented the fact that I was funny or that I was intelligent. Compliment me on something. It don't have to be looks necessarily. Just compliment me on something because that'll validate me. But if you don't compliment me at all, it's like, okay, what do you like about me? Like, what is it that you enjoy? Because to me, if I hear a compliment, okay, this is what I know that you have seen and liked, or that you have experienced and liked. He is living an illusion of relationship, what seems like. He could be. Because it says he flirts, we kiss, we cuddle, but I'm getting worried. I've gathered from him he seems somewhat reserved in a trying to be respectful way. He could just be trying to respect her boundaries as well, to be honest. His inner thoughts matter in my mind. This is true. Inner thoughts do matter, but if you don't know anything about their inner thoughts, if they're not sharing, it could be hard to understand a person if they're not communicating with you. To be honest, I would probably ask, like, hey, or I would just compliment them myself. Because I think that people tend to reciprocate easier if you compliment them. And I feel like, if he's wondering if she'll be comfortable. It'd probably be good for her to initiate the compliment. True men are visual people, real talk. Yeah, I know men are definitely visual people. Okay, next topic. Have you ever tried waiting for someone to heal from their past relationship? How did it go? All right, so it says, okay, so boom. I'm a 22-year-old female. I met a guy at the bar. He's 24 years old. Basically, we hit it off that night, and the next day we went on a date. We texted for a bit, and he said that right now he needs to work on himself and heal from his long-term relationship that he had. He has made it known that I did nothing wrong, that I am beautiful, and he likes the dynamic he has, but he doesn't want to escalate something if he isn't there. And he also doesn't want to make me a rebound, which I respect. I like that he set the boundary, because a lot of times, especially like if you just get out of a relationship, people will end up rebounding. They'll end up dating you because they're vulnerable or because they want to get over that person, and then the feelings aren't as, I guess, natural or real as they could be, because it's coming from a place of sadness, I guess, or like longing or loneliness. It says nothing was set in stone title-wise, and we didn't get intimate or anything. We decided to be friends, and he did put that distance like how he mentioned, but we still text a lot when he does pop in. I give him space where he needs it because he's healing. I can tell he genuinely is trying to work through his stuff. I tell myself to still keep my options open, but this connection we have is something I haven't found in a while. Even as friends, we have a lot in common. We share similar mannerisms and beliefs. I can tell he still feels attracted to me, but he's keeping it respectful. I'm afraid of getting hurt because he could heal and not want to date or meet someone else down the line. Everything is up in the air, but I do like the friendship as well. So I'm trying to just relax and go with the flow. Advice or shared experiences in the comments would be nice to see. I'm not alone in this. Maybe respecting her boundaries, like, yep, it seems like he is trying to be respectful. Maybe waiting her to make the move. Oh, you talking about the guy been on 5 dates that hasn't complimented the appearance one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure in that situation he's probably waiting for her to make the move. But in the, have you ever tried waiting for someone to heal from their past relationship? Personally, I don't know, because this is one of those, what's it, wrong time, bad timing type of situations. And maybe just me, but I feel like a discussion needs to be had, because I know if I actually saw potential with somebody, got a relationship, I would probably be transparent like the guy was, but if it's actually somebody that's a decent person, I don't know. Because it also depends how long ago they got out of this relationship with this person. Yeah, was rebound once, never doing that again. I was too. It's not the best. It was not fun. It was not a good time at all. But I don't know. I think that when it comes to situations like that, you kind of just have to let people work through stuff on their own. And it'd probably be better to like, I don't want to say distance yourself. I would probably give it a couple months. And then if it doesn't go anywhere in a couple of months, then I would be like, yeah, let me focus on other people. Because sometimes you could wait people out, but at the same time, it's like you can't force anything because you could end up liking them and being really into them. But, you know, they're healing. So it's like, what are you doing? You can only just hold out hope. So I don't know. Personally, I probably give it 3 months. 3 or 4 months, but again, it just really depends how long of a relationship they were in and how soon of a breakup it was. But yeah. All right. I have one more topic. And then I'm going to try to hit this 3-hour mark, but we going to see. We going to see. Surprisingly, my phone is not dying, so I love that. Did you get all your questions from Just Women? No. I had a couple of guy questions in here earlier. Oh, actually, this next one is a question from a guy. So this question is from a 28-year-old male. I'm trying, girl. I'm kind of getting a little sleepy. But this question is from a 28-year-old male. It says, I think I'm giving off too much of a friend vibe on dates. How do I work on this? It says, so this is something I've been struggling with. I have no trouble getting dates, primarily on Hinge, and go on 1 to 2 first dates a month. I'm able to get a second date from about half of these, but I'm noticing a consistent pattern where I can't progress beyond that. And I think it's because I'm being too friendly. For example, I went on a second date last night. It was at an outdoor food festival. There was music and good vibes in general. We had a great conversation and laughs and enjoyed some food. However, it felt like I was out there with a friend and not with a date. I tried light touching on shoulders and arms, and I'm very good with smiling and eye contact. I wanted to hold hands as I walked her back, but didn't know how to initiate that. I mean, you could have just slightly touched her hand and slightly grabbed it. Just a little, or a little, something simple. Something simple. It says, I wanted to hold hands as I walked her back, but didn't know how to initiate that, so we just walked side by side chatting until we parted ways. We did hug before we left, but when I got home, I got the I don't see this working text. I'm pretty extroverted and have no trouble talking to and meeting new people, and I make friends easily. I just don't know how to be more flirty/fun while on the date. I try to keep it lighthearted with jokes and light teasing, and I like to ask lots of questions, so she is talking more than I am. But I feel like it's not enough. Part of me fears making an untoward advance, even if it is just something benign, like a hug or holding hands, so I usually wait for the girl to initiate so I explicitly know she's comfortable. Well, that's nice of them. This dude has to be 12. I don't think he's 12. I just think he's a respectful guy. But it says, I've also never kissed someone or really dated prior to this year, so maybe he is 12. So maybe this also be holding me back. I'm definitely bad at reading signals and honestly wouldn't even be able to tell when someone is opening it. I just don't know how to work on these things for subsequent days, so any tips would be appreciated. So basically, he friend zoned himself. I don't know, because my thing is he's showing interest in people. I think he just has issues with trying to read social cues with like touching. 28, bruh, hit the gym. Again, I just think he has an issue with being more of a go-getter. He must not have had many dates in his life to accept the cute. Yeah, I think cuz I'm like if I was a dude, you know what I mean? And I'm on a date and I first of all, I would be flirting, obviously, because I need you to know that I'm feeling you. You feel me? You know what I mean? But I just think it could be so simple. Like he talking about he didn't know how to hold her hand. Again, if you watched okay, y'all probably gonna judge me, but one thing I will say, watching some of these anime series, they show you how to flirt. I don't care what anyone says. Like some of these shows, like I was watching this new show today. What's it called? Dang it. I literally just watched it before I got on here. Let me Google so I could tell y'all what it's called. But basically this guy and this girl were walking. Now, there has not been any initiation of them dating, right? They're walking. The girl accidentally bumps like the back of her hand with the guy as they're walking down the street. He proceeds to grab it was so gentle. Like he grabs her hand and intertwines their hands. And the girl is freaking out inside. Like she's really excited and happy about it. And yeah, like they begin holding hands that way. And I'm like, it's so simple. It's just so I don't know. It's interesting to me how some people, I guess, don't know how to flirt. But I guess if you haven't done it regularly, it can be difficult. Cause I know when I'm flirt, I am very awkward. Okay. However, who cares? Who cares? Not me. You just, I don't know. You just be playful. I feel like he has an issue with being playful and taking initiative, obviously, because I think that's the thing. You know, some guys don't know how to take initiative, but it's like you can do a little bit without it being too much. You know, like you don't have to do so much where you're making a woman uncomfortable or making her feel like something is inappropriate. It could just be something really simple. Probably too serious. Could be. Definitely could be too serious where they're kind of like, are you fun? Is it fun being with you? Okay, so one of the shows I watch and I'm currently reading right now is called In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. I'm invested in that show. Oh, I'm so invested. I love me a good romance. And then the other show that I was actually referencing that I'm specifically talking about, where is it? Where is it? I do not see it, but I know it just started. The other show is called Oh my gosh, I did not know this was coming out. Oh, this already started. I need to watch this tonight. The other show is called, where is it? Am I overlooking it? Oh, the show that I was referencing is called You and I Are Polar Opposites. It's about this bubbly high school girl who sits next to this quiet and very direct boy. Their interactions are brief, limited to the girl's unprompted random questions and him giving direct answers, yet beneath these simple exchanges, feelings of love are quietly blossoming. And when I say I'm so invested to see how this story turns out, I'm telling y'all, anime be having some good shows. Like, it really does have like some good romance types of situations where I'd be so invested. Like, there's this free show on YouTube called His and Her Circumstances. And when I tell you, that show reminded me of like first crushes when I was a kid. It was like reliving it, which is so crazy to me. But it's like, some shows can make you feel stuff or, you know, like relive past situations. And I love that. And that's what some of these romance anime do for me, where you'll be watching it, you'll, you know, just be thinking about situations you went through when you were younger. And it's like you can relive it a little bit. And I kind of like the feeling it gives me because it's like, young love. I love that. I don't know. It's just a weird feeling that feels nice. But yeah. But yay! I reached 3 hours. I really want to know what my watch time about to be. I am so freaking nervous, bro. But I do appreciate y'all for chatting with me today. I will be going live 3 times a week from now on till I get monetized. The goal is to get monetized this year. That is the goal. I will be back on here Thursday, and I'll be back on here Friday night. Same time, 9 p.m. EST. I will be back on both of those times. I feel like Friday night I'm gonna have a karaoke session, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be really bad. But we're gonna do a karaoke session Friday, and Thursday I'll probably do it'll either be a mixture of dating and probably unpopular opinions. I did, girl. Thank you for rocking with me tonight. I appreciate you. I'm gonna try to get monetized this year because, man, I'm so close. So freaking close. But yeah. But I hope you guys have a great night, and I really appreciate you guys for staying with me, for chatting with me today, and for being present with me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And yeah, I'll be seeing y'all again soon. Stay blessed, stay positive. Also, again, I'll be dropping 2 movie reactions within the this month. I'll be dropping 2 movie reactions. But I will be doing a video update this week as well. Also, if you are following the Jasmine Room edit, I think I'm dropping 2 or 3 videos this week. So stay tuned for that. I know I'm going to be going over my analytics for the year. So if y'all are interested in that, feel free to check that out when I drop it this week. I'm going to be cheering you on. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Because, man, I swear, I want to get monetized, but also, I really just want the memberships, the most part. That's what I really want. Of course, because she was in here, obviously. Huh. Anyways, shout out to Jasmine for getting number 1. And shout out to Grimy for getting number 2, I guess. Who's number 3? Okay, shout out to Mark for getting number 3. Ariana got number 4. Casey got number 5. Rose Hathaway got number 6. And yeah. I sure did been here this whole time. I appreciate you, girl. Those memberships do wonders. Man, I'm looking forward to it because I already got some content for my memberships. My nose is so freaking clogged, bro. I can't wait to join. I appreciate you. Now, Grimy. Yay, me. Oops. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great night, and I'll be seeing y'all Thursday and Friday. Those aren't set in stone days I'm getting on here, but yeah, for this week, I'll be on here Thursday and Friday. I used to have a crush on Brenda's song. She was cute. I used to like, what was that Kung Fu movie she did? I cannot remember the name of it. Let me Google this real quick, and then I'm going to get off of here. What is the name of that movie she did? That Kung Fu movie. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. I love that movie. That movie was so good to me. I need to go back and watch that. But anyways, because the ads are hard to get people to watch them. I think they be slipping. Girl, I hope you get more buddies with the ads. I hope more people come to your channel. And I hope more people watch the ads all the way freaking through. Yes, Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. See, I need to get that on DVD because I actually really like that movie. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll be seeing y'all Thursday. Stay blessed. Stay positive. Bye, y'all.